All right, today me and my sister Brianna are going on the Emerald Cove kayaking tour in Arizona, Willow Beach, Arizona. Hi!
Hi, I'm Robbie with Las Vegas SUP Kayak Club, and you are?
Gabby.
Gabby. Hey,
Brianna.
you're gonna be with me today.
Yeah.
I'm Robbie again, I'm your guide. We're gonna get you guys all set up with some waivers here.
Okay.
Have you kayaked at all before?
Yeah, many times.
Awesome.
Pro apparently.
Oh, really?
Thank you.
All right, we'll put you in the pro boat then.
All right, thank you.
Oh, so they're exactly all the same. I'll let you two ladies have these two singles right here.
Okay.
You don't have to actually get in the boat just yet. Just put the life vest on. I can tell right off the bat neither of you are large. So let's just...
You could just come see 303.
3.
Look, this is 303. Simple. 3. And then sometimes they like open their performance like 3. Oh. 3. Such a drastic change because she was so evil driving today.
There should be 3 sets of them. Like
Traffic gets me mad.
they're not necessary. They're not like...
Slow drivers get me mad.
Jackets, bam, bam, because they're federal law.
They look so brown up there. It's nice.
I know, it's really clear.
They didn't call it Emerald. What is it? Emerald Cove? They don't call it Emerald Cove for nothing because it's very emeraldy.
Oh yeah.
I like this. Look. Color, baby.
So there was a coyote and I'm like, no, wait, I have my binoculars. And I'm like trying to get my binoculars out of here. I get my backpack, I open it up, I get my binoculars, and the fucking coyote's gone. Damn it.
All right, do you guys all see that cool green sign up ahead of us on the left that has the number 53 printed on it? Yeah. That is a mile marker. It has nothing to do with the actual length of the Colorado River, which is about 1,400 miles altogether. What that tells you is distance between dams. So 53 miles behind us is Davis Dam. It doesn't tell you, but I'll tell you. 11 miles ahead of us is Hoover Dam. That's not super important to us, but what is important, that marks one entire mile that we've all paddled so far. Anybody brave enough to go swimming with me?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah? All right. It's gonna be a good one.
Okay. You're not gonna swim, Gabby?
It's cold. Oh my god.
I saw a coyote.
It's so cold.
Oh, it's not so bad here.
No! Robbie. Bad Robbie.
Oh my god. You gotta like stand for it. I gotta stand.
So this water stays this temperature year round, even in the middle of the summer when it's like 117 degrees out here, the water's 53. That's because it's released from Hoover Dam from the very bottom of the lake. So it never really gets a chance to heat up by the time it gets here.
That was what I was drinking. Why it's so cold? This is cool.
Yeah, I mean, if I didn't, I would just make something up. There's no service out here. How are you guys ever going to Google this?
I would so believe you too.
Thank you.
Also, I'm British, we have canals. This is... You know how to factor.
This is called it's part of the Colorado River, but it's technically a reservoir, is the word.
We have rivers back
Yeah.
there as well.
Okay, well, I assumed you did.
Reservoirs
But just the
over
way
there.
you phrased it, I didn't want to be like, you know there's rivers
We have
out
rivers
there.
with like shopping trolleys in and they're a bit grim. We don't have this here. I'm sorry, shopping carts.
No, that's good. I like the accent.
So when you're like, when there's a bunch of people waiting to get something, what's that called?
A queue?
Thank you. It's a line.
That was
It's
good.
not. But a line is like
A line from a movie?
a line.
Well, for
See,
anything.
you're already confused about the word. You can't have too many meanings.
Cute. That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm American, but that's fair.
How was it?
It's pretty cool.
We're gonna go back up there now.
Are you? Yeah, it's quite good to walk up.
You didn't want to come in the water?
Jess was making a
Jess
joke.
is still alive, just to be clear, isn't she? She's somewhere.
She was wondering if you were still alive.
She was making a joke out there about how, oh, he looks like the only one who doesn't belong here. And then I look over and you're like way up there. And I was like, oh, he's belonging right now.
How's the water?
It's good. It's really cold.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A badger.
No, we don't really get badgers out here. We get skunks
in
occasionally.
the UK.
They're very cute badgers in the UK.
Oh, dude, our badgers are relentlessly vicious in America.
They're vicious.
Yeah,
They're
we
like-
get like a cute black and white thing. We write nursery rhymes and child stories about them. It's not the
Yeah,
same
we,
thing.
we name like the toughest superheroes in the world after the Wolverines we have out here. Wolverine.
Yeah.
So I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about like the plants and stuff out here. All of this stuff growing on the right here for the most part, or I guess that would be your left, wouldn't it? This has a fancy science name that your tour guide has never bothered to learn. We all just call this arrowweed. And we call it arrowweed because if you kind of dig down and look at the bottom of this plant, for the most part, it grows a little bit thicker than your finger. It grows very straight, and it doesn't have a lot of branches coming off for the first couple of feet. So for that very reason, this is what Native Americans in this area use to craft arrows out of. This wood also floats very well, and it maintains its density and its rigidity, whether it's wet or dry. So should you miss the antelope that you're shooting at, you don't need to wait 30 minutes for your arrow to dry. You just sling it back up on the bow and shoot again. Since the Native Americans were notorious for not letting anything go to waste, they'd make arrows out of the bottom half of this plant, and this top stuff they would kind of weave in and out of itself to make an insulative barrier on their adobe huts. Adobe is kind of like a thin concrete structure. It's not quite as strong as concrete. But when the wind picks up out here, which it kicks crazy, like it's not unusual to get 60-mile-an-hour winds sustained out here, it punches little holes in their huts. So they would make the hut, they would put a layer of this, and then they would make another layer of adobe around it. So when the wind does come, it'll punch little holes in the outside. It'll hit this stuff, and the energy will disperse over a greater area. And the inside of their, whatever you want to call them, papusas, huts, would be intact. So it would stay cooler in the summer, it would stay warmer in the winter. So this is the Black Canyon. On the left side, that's Nevada with El Dorado Mountain. On the right side is Arizona, where we're standing right now, with the Black Mountain, and we have the Colorado River kind of acting as the barrier between the two states. This whole area that we've been enjoying all morning and that we're going to continue to enjoy for the rest of the day was created between 6 and 5 million years ago when a series of 13 large volcanoes went off in the southwest United States. They created all the high mountains on the left, all the low valleys. They opened this area up wide enough for water to start flowing through it. Lucky for us, you guys don't have to worry, man. All 13 of those volcanoes have since gone dormant. But what there still is quite a bit of underground activity. So 9 miles up on the left, 8 miles up on the left, and 6 miles up on the right, there's natural hot springs. The water's seeping through the rocks, and the government, or not the government, the Parks Department has come, put little sandbags in place so they have a bunch of knee-deep pools for you to wade in. Absolutely beautiful, particularly the Arizona hot springs. It's only a 5-mile paddle, which if you're keeping up a decent pace, that's only like 2 hours of paddling. And it's about a 5-minute walk once you're off the water to get to the hot springs. It's a 4-mile hike if you want to come from the freeway.
Behind the bush.
Yes. So Emerald Cave, where we are right now, this is not a natural cave. This was created after dams were placed on both ends of this river. And every company, every mining company basically in this part of the world wanted to be the first to tap into this previously inaccessible area. Because again, before the dams were put in place, water's going 100 miles an hour, it's up 30 feet, it's down 10 feet. It was very unpredictable. So they started digging, they started blasting, they got about 27 feet in, as y'all can see. And guess what they found in here? Not a nair nutter. They didn't find any gold, they didn't find any silver, they didn't find any diamonds or crunch berries. Nothing of monetary value though. What they did find is the reason why this water is so beautifully green. It's not that there's algae on the bottom of the water reflecting up, which there is a bit of, but the main greenness that we're seeing in this water is a microscopic microbial algae which lives within the water itself. And just like any plant being, it's producing photosynthesis. So once you get at least 3 feet of this water stacked up on top of itself, it takes on these beautiful green, kind of emerald hues. Also why when we were swimming and when we launched our boat, the water wasn't super green. Now that we're getting into the deeper water and the sun's hitting us, it is a beautiful color of green. This was the first place in North America that particular algae was discovered. And while I'm sure that the mining companies would rather have like a truckload of gold, this is still a very significant find. And for people like me, I think it's even cooler than gold. Yeah. You guys got any questions or anything? It's much more fun to remember that through video than through a picture. But it's your world. I'm just living in it.
That little guy right there, that was the Cove. All right, we are headed back. All right, we are done kayaking. Some states recycle, some don't.
Yeah.